Namaste. Welcome to your Friday yoga practice. Please find your comfortable seat, whatever that looks like to you. Remembering we can also always modify these postures to be seated in a chair if your body ever needs that. So let yourself arrive and take a couple of full breaths, maybe choosing to sigh the exhales out. Again. Sitting tall in a dignified posture. Notice the parts of your body connected to the ground, to the mat below you. Maybe there you can notice texture, maybe a temperature. Maybe you notice a firmness or a give, depending on what you're seated on. If you can, imagine lengthening your low back. To do that, you might engage your core muscles, maybe scoop your belly button back towards your heart, and back towards your spine and up towards your heart. And breathing here, we might sense our shoulders sliding down the back. The crown of your head keeps lifting up towards the sky. And as you're ready, you can draw your hands together in front of your heart. If you'd like to chant Om, inhale deeply. Release your hands to your legs, noticing what you can feel there. Keep sitting tall, and with your eyes opened or closed, we'll do some eye exercises. I think we get a little more out of it with eyes open, but do what's comfortable to you. So start to look up as high up as you can. Try not to let the chin and head follow. Keep your head neutral, this dignified seat that we practiced coming to. Try to keep that as you look all the way up and then look all the way down. Keep breathing, keep relaxing your face, your neck, your shoulders as you look up and then down, all the way up. And with just the eyes, look all the way down. And maybe blink it out. Look all the way to your left. And then trace your vision across the center all the way over to your right. Looking to center, then left. Looking to the right. Notice if tension is creeping into your head and neck, try to let it go. Look to your left and to your right, back to neutral. Look to your top left corner and then draw a diagonal line down, bottom right corner. Trace that line back up, top left, bottom right. Now let's do top right, bottom left. Look up, top right, bottom left corner. And then slowly start to draw a circle around the ring of your vision. So we might be able to notice that dark circle, the dark edge of our vision. Try to look just beyond that. Slowly taking your eyes in a big circle. And after about 3 times, we'll go the other direction. And return your eyes to neutral, maybe softly blinking your eyes. Notice if you held your breath or if you got really tense in your upper body or anywhere. Try and return to neutral. Bring your hands back behind you. Notice which leg you've had crossed in front, and then plant both feet on the ground. Inner elbows draw towards each other, shoulder blades hug together, hands press into the earth, navel back towards spine. You might lift your heart, maybe even look to a higher point on your wall or ceiling. Maybe float your feet off of the ground. You can bring your knees together if you like. And then I'll let you choose. It's a lot of work for the hip flexors to extend the legs any amount here. If you'd like your core to be working more, we can lower down to our forearms. Make sure you don't slouch into the shoulders. Push the ground away with your elbows so there's still plenty of space between your neck and shoulders. Hands firmly pressing into the ground. Here, maybe we extend our legs up. Maybe you even take some slow bicycle movements. Wherever you've gone, we're still lengthening our spine, lifting our heart, breathing deeply. If you're moving your legs like a bicycle, let's pedal backwards. I have a beach cruiser bike that I won at a past job, and I always like to feel like a cool kid and pedal backwards. And with that one, you slam the brakes when you do this. One more breath wherever you've gone. And then exhale, we'll sit back up, cross the opposite leg in front. Hands to thighs. Take slow rotations of your head, drawing a big circle with your head. Moving in any way that feels good to you. I know for me, I usually can't or shouldn't drop my head all the way back. It just doesn't feel quite right to my neck. So notice if your body is sending you any messages like that. And then switch the directions of your circles when you're ready, trying to keep your arms, your hands, shoulders, and neck soft. Return to neutral. Sit really tall and drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. You might open and close your jaw here. Maybe rotate your head looking down and then looking up. And back to neutral. And then lift your head back to center. Big breath. And when you exhale, drop your left ear or the other ear towards your shoulder. Let the opposite shoulder melt away. Long neck. Maybe you explore looking down, then looking up, and looking back to neutral. Good. Sit tall and make your way into tabletop. Take a few rounds of cow and cat when you arrive, inhaling to drop your belly and exhaling to round your spine, pushing the ground away. Really pull the belly button towards the sky. Move at your own pace. The next time you come to an exhale, send your hips back towards your heels, finding your favorite child's pose. As you take a few breaths in child's pose, I will share a quote. Today it comes from Carlos Santana. The most valuable possession you can own is an open heart. The most powerful weapon you can be is an instrument of peace. The most valuable possession you can own is an open heart. The most powerful weapon you can be is an instrument of peace. From child's pose, reach your arms up overhead if they're not already there. Spread your fingers wide. Grip with your fingertips. On an inhale, rise back up through tabletop. On an exhale, sink your hips, finding hanging cobra. Let's keep our shoulders over our wrists, so make any adjustments you might need to. And as we stay for another breath or two, if you're sending all the weight into the heel of your hand, maybe you come to soft fists, or maybe you're able to really intentionally grip with your fingertips and with the roots of your knuckles, not the heel of your hand. One more breath, draw your heart up Exhale, return your toes to the earth, neutral spine. Inhale here. Exhale, core muscles engage. Slowly float your knees off of the mat. Press your heart back towards your thighs. Find downward facing dog, this triangle shape. You might pedal your feet out, bending one knee and then the other. Let your head and neck hang heavy. Another big breath like this. On an inhale, look forward between your hands, and when you come to an exhale, make your way to the top of your mat. Hang forward, Uttanasana. On your inhale, rise all the way up with a long spine, reaching. Exhale your hands to your heart. On an inhale, reach. And exhale, dive forward all the way down. Hands touch down, step your right foot way back in space. Then step your left foot back, plank. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing in, lift your right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Maybe you bend your knee and draw a circle or two with the right leg. Re-extend your right leg. Inhale to look forwards. Exhale, step or swing your right foot to the top of the mat. High runner's lunge for a breath. Maybe grab your blocks. And as you're ready, we'll slowly lower the left knee to the earth. Inhale here for a long spine. And exhale, walk your hands back, straighten your right leg. Right toes spread wide and point to the sky. Ardha Hanumanasana, half split. Imagine pulling your right hip back in space. Feel some traction on the bottom of the right leg, the back. And breathing, let's press our right toes to the earth, stretching the top of your ankle, top of your foot. Another breath or two, fold forward any amount that your body likes. And then walk your hands forward, bending your right knee. You can plant your hands on blocks or mat, left toes tucked, preparing for standing splits. Big inhale. Exhale, step into your right leg, sending the left heel slowly up to the sky. And keep your left hip pretty even with your right hip. So we might drop the left hip down. Let your head and neck hang heavy. Maybe you explore finding some balance by lifting one or both hands off of the blocks. Another breath or two to explore. As you're ready, set your left foot down to meet the right, forward fold. Inhale to rise all the way up, long spine. Exhale all the way back down. Step your left foot way back in space. Inhale. Exhale, step your right foot back, plank pose. Big breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing, we'll send the left heel to the sky for three-legged dog. Option to bend your left knee and draw some big circles. Re-extend your left leg. Inhale, look forwards. Exhale, step or swing your left foot to the top of the mat, whatever it takes to get there. Maybe we grab our blocks, lengthening the spine, breathing deeply, high runner's lunge. Exhale, lower your right knee and send your hips back in space, straightening your left leg, left toes spread wide and point to the sky. You can imagine dragging your left hip back in space. Another big breath. And then slowly left toes find the ground. Stretching the top of your foot and ankle. You can still imagine pulling your left hip back in space. Maybe as you do that, you notice the experience all the way down to your toes. All this connective tissue is connected. Breathing deeply as you're ready, bend your left leg, walking your hands forward, maybe keeping your hands on the blocks as we prepare for standing splits. Inhale deeply. Exhale, stand into your left leg, floating the right heel up towards the sky, dropping your right hip so our hips stay level. Breathe deeply. Another big breath. And exhale, set your right foot down, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, reaching out and up. Exhale your hands to your heart. Inhale to reach. Exhale to fold forward. Hands touch down on blocks or mat. Step your left foot back and out, setting up for warrior one. Bend into your right knee, and as you're ready, inhale to reach up. Lots of energy into your back leg. Really try to press into the pinky side edge of your back foot. That prevents us from rolling in on the ankle, helps us lift our arches, also energetically engages the whole left leg. Shift the left hip forward as we bend into the right knee a bit more, reaching up. Good, you can stay like this, or if you want to explore warrior three for the next 3 to 5 breaths, we'll start to lower our torso towards parallel to the ground. Start carrying the weight into your right leg. Maybe the left foot lifts off of the ground. Now, no worries if you don't bring your body parallel to the earth like this. You can also explore floating the left foot off of the ground any amount. Any amount counts. Breathe wherever you are. I have a couch strategically placed right where I need it today. As you're ready, we'll slowly set the left foot back down, returning to warrior one. Reach your arms to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, open up to warrior two. Adjust your feet, adjust your legs. As you settle in, we can see our right big toe on the inside of our right knee. We can still feel the pinky side edge of our back leg. Gaze over your front fingertips. Feel open through your chest, or feel the opening occurring through your chest. 3 more breaths. Hands to hips, slowly straighten your right leg, pivot on your heels so we're set up for a wide leg forward fold. If you'd like, bring your blocks to the center of the mat so they're there for you. With a long spine, we'll hinge forward. Release your hands when you'd like. Maybe you rest your head on the blocks. Maybe you walk your hands back behind you through your legs. Three to 5 more breaths. Do what works for you. We'll slowly start to rise up. No rush to get there. Rise up with a long spine. And then pivot on your left heel so your left toes point back. Bend into your left knee. Find warrior two on the other side. Gaze back over your left fingertips. Feel the connection to the pinky side edge of your right foot. Lots of energy there. Another full, slow breath. Arms are reaching away from each other. Now carefully pivot into warrior one with the left leg leading. As we settle in, the right foot is anchored to the ground, bending into the left knee. Imagine neutralizing your hips so your right hip would come forward, your left hip shifts back. Lengthen your low back as you reach to the sky. Now you can stay exactly as you are in Warrior One, or maybe explore Virabhadrasana 3. Balancing on the left leg, we can bring our torso towards parallel, and then eventually maybe lift the right toes off of the ground. And you can do anything that works for your balance here with your arms. Sometimes hands in front of heart help me as I press my hands together. I remember the energy of everything drawn towards the midline. Maybe arms flying out helps you find balance. Everything's fair game here as we breathe and explore. One more breath, and as you're ready, we'll slowly return to Warrior Two, reaching up with an inhale. Opening back up. I'm sorry, there we go, Warrior Two. Good. Hands to hips, straighten your left leg, pivot on the heel. Long spine to inhale. Exhale, fold forward with that long spine, finding our wide leg forward fold. You can stay in this if it works for you, or if you'd like to explore Skandasana, bend your left knee, sinking your hips down, let your right toes point towards the sky. Maybe you fold forward, walking your hands forward. I've got blocks under my hands. And breathing, if you took Skandasana on this side, we'll press ourselves up and sink our hips over to the other side. Now your left toes point towards the sky. Maybe you fold forward, maybe you stay tall. Notice where you're feeling the sensation. You can imagine breathing there. Breathing deeply, we'll slowly return to wide leg forward fold. Soft bend in the knees. We'll just walk ourselves over to the top of the mat, back to forward fold. On an inhale, rise all the way up, long spine, big full body stretch. Maybe you send your hips forward, find a little back bend. Exhale, return your hands to your heart. On an inhale, reach your arms straight up. Maybe you float your heels off of the ground, coming onto your toes. About 3 breaths here. See how it feels. And then option to stay high on your toes as you bring your hands to your heart and start to bend your knees, dropping your hips towards your heels. And however it went, we'll all meet in an easy seat, whatever it takes to get there. So dropping your bottom and then rolling back onto your spine. When you get there, let's send our feet up to the sky. Point and flex the ankle, helping to pump our lymphatic fluid. Maybe you put your hands under your hips, giving yourself a little lift. You might write your name in the sky with your toes. Breathing. Hug your knees in towards your chest, maybe wrapping your arms around your legs. You might rock side to side. If you like happy baby pose, we can reach for the outer edges of our legs or feet. Maybe you prefer to use your peace fingers to grab your big toes. Whichever works for you. A few breaths. As you're ready, release your legs. Send your legs long, arms long. Give your body space. So our legs are not touching, our arms aren't touching our body, unless you want to rest your hands on your torso, of course. Do whatever you'd like here to settle in for Shavasana. And I encourage you to let yourself arrive in stillness. You might notice urges to rearrange the body, scratch and itch, or make modifications. See if you can notice it without immediately reacting to it. This is how we can practice rewiring the brain to be a bit less reactive. Breathe deeply. The most valuable possession you can own is an open heart. The most powerful weapon you can be is an instrument of peace. Notice if you've run off thinking thoughts. It's totally normal. But see if you can let the thoughts keep drifting by without attaching to them. Continuing to stay reclined in Shavasana if that feels good. We'll take a few cycles of box breath if you'd like. Actually, we'll do an inhale for about a count of 4 and an exhale. We'll start to extend it longer rather than box breath today. So as you're ready, we'll meet with an exhale. Inhale for 4. Exhale 4. Inhale 4. Exhale 5. Inhale 4. Exhale 5. 4. 5. Inhale 4. Exhale 6. Inhale 4. Exhale 6. One more time. You can release to a natural breath. Slowly make your way back to an easy seated posture. And we'll close this Friday practice So if you'd like to chant Om, you can join me with your hands together in front of your heart, remembering that this is the sound of all sounds, creating our own vibration with this constantly vibrating universe around us. Inhale deeply for Om. Thank you for sharing your practice and your time.